It was a cold, moonless night in the small, isolated town of Black Hollow. The wind howled through the dense pine forest, and the streets were eerily empty. The only sound was the faint creak of a rusty sign swinging outside the abandoned Black Hollow motel on the edge of town. Detective Clara Hayes pulled up to the motel, her headlights cutting through the darkness. The call had come in an hour ago. A frantic 911 dispatcher reported screams coming from room 12. Clara stepped out of her car, her breath visible in the freezing air. The motel was a relic of the 1970s, its paint peeling and windows shattered. The neon sign flickered weakly, casting an ominous red glow over the scene. As Clara approached room 12, she noticed the door was slightly ajar. She drew her flashlight and gun, pushing the door open with her foot. The room was a disaster. Furniture overturned, blood smeared across the walls, and shards of glass scattered on the floor. In the center of the room lay a body, face down, in a pool of blood. Clara's stomach turned as she recognized the victim, Marcus Reed, a local journalist who had been investigating rumors of a secretive cult operating in the woods. Clara radioed for backup, but the static-filled response told her she was on her own for now. As she scanned the room, she noticed something strange. A series of symbols carved into the walls, glowing faintly under her flashlight. They looked ancient, like something out of a nightmare. Beneath the symbols, written in blood, were the words, "The Hollow welcomes you." Before she could process what she was seeing, a noise came from the bathroom. A faint shuffling, like someone trying to stay quiet. Clara tightened her grip on her gun and moved toward the bathroom door. "Police, come out with your hands up," she commanded. No response. She kicked the door open and her flashlight revealed a horrifying sight. A man in a tattered black robe, his face obscured by a grotesque mask made of animal bones. In his hand was a bloodied knife. He lunged at her and Clara fired, the gunshot echoing through the room. The man collapsed, but as she approached, she realized something was wrong. His body was cold, as if he had been dead for hours. Suddenly, the lights in the motel flickered on, and Clara heard chanting coming from outside. She rushed to the window and saw a group of hooded figures gathered in the parking lot, their faces hidden in shadow. They were circling something, a large dark object that Clara couldn't quite make out. As she watched, one of the figures turned and looked